Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the video series of data structure, now we will see how to perform search operation in a binary search tree. BST stands for binary search tree. So in my previous video we have discussed about definition and advantages of using a binary search tree. Now we shall see how the search operation will be performed in a binary search tree. Okay, now let item is a variable containing a data or containing a data. Now we need to check if the value item is present in a binary search tree. Okay, so if the item is found, if the item will be found, then the search algorithm shall return address of the node where data item is present. Okay, now we assume that the binary search tree is implemented in the memory using a linked list. So we discussed about binary tree implementation in our first introductory video of binary tree, where we saw that a binary tree could be represented in the memory either using an array or using a linked list. Okay, so always a binary tree or binary search tree represented in the memory using a linked list so that effectively memory can be managed. Okay, so the search algorithm assumes the binary search tree assumes that the tree is represented in memory using linked list. Okay, linked list. So when a tree is represented in the memory using linked list, you know that every node of the tree must have 3 fields. Okay, I'm giving a diagram of a single node. This is, if we call it a node, then it must have 3 fields. One is info field, second, these two are pointer field that can point to some other nodes. We call the first pointer as left and we call it as right. Left points to the left child of a node, right points to the right child of a node. This is how a tree is represented, and the root node of the tree can be found in a special pointer variable called root. These are the tricks that we saw in representing a binary tree. But now our objective is to how to perform a search operation. Okay, let me first explain the search process and then we will go for writing algorithm. Okay, now with an example we will discuss the steps. Now suppose we have a binary search tree, and what is a binary search tree? We all know that if data present in every node must be greater than all the nodes of its left subtree but less than all the nodes of its right subtree. Okay, now first suppose this is the data, this is a root node and these are its subtrees. Okay, okay, fine. Now suppose the data present here are 70. When the root node contains 17, then all these nodes must have less than 70. So let's say it is 50, 60, 55, 67, and this one is 40. And data present over here must be greater than 70. Let's say it is 100, and it is 80 and 92. Okay. Now let us assume that the item that we want to search is 55. Okay. So how can we apply the search process? See, every node must contain two pair of addresses, one address to the left child, one address to the right child. Okay, if this tree, if we consider this one as a tree, every node must have three fields. Okay, for info field, left and right. So left child pointer, this is right child pointer. So okay, now similarly, if this is the info field, it has two pointer field, left and right. So left pointer points to this node and right pointer points to this node. So every node has three fields. Okay, so this is how the nodes are represented. And for leaf node, left child pointer and right child pointer contains null. Now let us assume this one is a leaf node. We call null, and this one is null. Okay, if this one 67 is the info part, right child pointer null, left child pointer is also null. Okay, so now suppose item that we want to search is 55. How do we perform search operation? First of all, this item must be compared with the data present in the root node. Okay, so we compare item with info part of root node. Okay, when we compare, there will be three possibilities. Either item is equal to the data. So there are three cases, three possibilities. Case 1, item is equal to info part, info of root. Now when it is found, in that case we say the search operation is complete. So because item matched and item is found. Okay, then search is successful and found. What is found? Item is found. Okay, so address of that node is present, returned. So return address of the root. Okay, so we said the address is found. Case 2 is, second case suggests that item is not equal to info of root node. Rather it is less than. It could be less than root node or it could be greater. Now case 2 says item is less than info part of root. So in that case, see, whenever item is less, then our search operation shall be conducted to the left subtree of the entire tree. Okay, so if I compare an item with the root node is 70, and suppose I realize that the data value is less than 70, then definitely, if at all we have to perform the search operation, then we should search for the data in the left subtree. So this might be the portion where we have to perform the search operation, because the data item that is first compared with root found to be less, and if the data item is greater than the data of root, then definitely data might be present in the right subtree. Okay, so if item is less than info part, then search shall be conducted in the left subtree. Okay, case 3, when the search will be conducted in the left subtree, means the root address of the root of the left subtree must be set, and its data will be that comparison shall be continued. Case 3, item greater than info part of root. In this case, search shall be conducted in right subtree. Okay. So how do we perform all these things? Now for that, let us write an algorithm. Okay, then we will see how the operation will be performed. Fine. The name of the, okay, before writing the name, let us assume that the we know binary tree must be represented using a linked list. Okay, so for linked list we need a structure, struct node int info, then struct node asterisk left, and we need struct node asterisk right. So this is a structure of a single node. Okay, now let us write the algorithm. This structure of a single node by which the entire tree is represented. Now search underscore BST means binary search tree. What are the parameter required? The address of the root node should be passed as well as the data item that we want to search. So I will pass struct node asterisk root, and then we need an item, int item. So these are the two parameters that we pass. Item means it is the value that we want to search. Okay, we have to check whether this item is present in the entire tree or not. If it is found, then we shall return its address. Okay, so now initialize. First we have to initialize some variables so that we can perform the search operation. Okay, fine. Struct node asterisk LOC equals to null. So LOC means the location. Okay, it is initialized as null, and then struct node asterisk ptr equal to root. This is not required. Okay, so these are the two variables that is initialized first. Okay, LOC means this is the pointer variable which will contain address of the node where the item is found. Okay, so this value will be updated if the item is found. Now we'll see how. Now first of all, ptr contains the address of root node. So first we shall compare the item with info part of the ptr, because ptr now contains address of the first node. So what we will do, we will write, there are three cases. So we shall compare if item equals ptr of info. So if this is the case, then we say the item is found. So I will write here LOC equals ptr. So look, in the variable location the address is stored and address is ptr. Okay, this is for case 1. And after this we will break. I will write break later. Else means if this item is not equal to ptr of info. So let us write else if there are two more cases are there. Item less than ptr of info. Okay, when the item is less than ptr of info, then what you should do, then our search shall be proceed towards the left subtree. So what we need now, we need address of the root node of the left subtree. Okay, so how can we get the address of left subtree? Now right now ptr is pointing to the root node. Okay, so ptr means it is a pointing to a root node, it is a pointing to a node, and that node has two pointer field, left child pointer and right child pointer. So we can set ptr equals to ptr of left. So left is a pointer field, so that ptr left will be now stored in ptr. Okay, else means this second case is also false. First one false, second case is also false. Item is less than ptr info, that is false. So when item is neither equal to ptr info nor it is less than, then definitely it is greater than ptr of info. So now we will write ptr equal to ptr of right child. So the value ptr is updated. Okay, now whenever I change the value of ptr either from here or from here, in any cases after updating the value of ptr, I should go back and compare again whether item is equal to ptr of info or not. Okay, this entire process must be repeated, must be continued within a loop. Okay, so here everything must be written within a loop. So how long that loop shall continue? While, see, either there must be an item, or when I keep updating ptr, when I keep changing ptr, at some point I reach to a leaf node and its pointer field must be null. So my ptr value will be set to null at some point of time. So while ptr not equal to null, so as long as ptr is not equal to null, we shall keep doing these three operations, and this is end of while statement. Okay, so now let me tell you with an example. Okay, so I will give you a small diagram and then we can understand it better. Okay, see, now suppose we have a node tree like this, 70, 50, 100, 30, here let's say 60, it is let's say 80 and 110. Okay, so let's say this is a binary search tree. Now I have to conduct search item equal to let's say 60. Okay, now what happens? First, according to my algorithm, I'll set LOC equals to null. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say these are the address. Okay, so my ptr value is 1. Okay, so ptr is right now 1. So it will be compared. While loop will check while ptr not equal to null. So this is true. So I will move inside. If item is equal to ptr of info, so item will be compared. Item is my 60 and ptr is 1. It is compared with 70. So item, this condition will be false. When it is false, then the else part will be executed. Else if item means 60 less than ptr of info, so ptr of info is 70. Now is yes, this is less. In such case, my ptr will now change. What will be my ptr? Ptr is equals ptr of left. So what is the address present in the left of ptr address? Address of left of ptr is 2. So my value of ptr will be now updated to 2. So ptr changes to 2. After this changes, it will come to this end while portion because else part will not execute, and then it will go back to while part to check whether ptr is equal to null or not, and loop shall continue. Okay, see, the moment I will come out of the loop, either the moment the PTR is becomes null. Okay, let me tell you how. Right now PTR is 2. Okay, now it will be compared again. If item is equal to PTR of info, so PTR means PTR is my 2, so 2 contains 50, so item is not equal. So now I said my item is 60, so else if this condition will be false because 60 is greater than 50, so else part will execute. PTR is equal to PTR of right. So we from here I'll get the right side. I'll go to the right side. So what will be new value of PTR? 5. Okay. Now after changing end while, and it will go back while PTR not equal to null. Okay, true. PTR is 5. It is not equal to null. This condition will be true. So it will move inside. If item is equal to PTR of info, PTR of info is, check it out. What is PTR of info? The 5 contains 60. My item was 60. So that match is found. In that case, the value LOC is updated to PTR. What is the value of PTR is right now? 50. So now LOC will be changed to 5. Now after the item is found, there is no need to continue this loop. So here I will write a break statement because the item is found. Okay. So break statement means the break statement brings the control outside of the loop. So it will come out of the loop. Okay. So once you get outside of the loop, you can check what is the value of LOC, because the moment you found the item, LOC is set to PTR. Okay, and had this match has not been placed, if the item was not equal to PTR, if this condition never satisfies, then LOC will remain always null. Okay, when LOC doesn't changes and it remains null, then item is not found. Okay, let me give you an example of unsuccessful search. Let us assume item that I want to search is let's say 90. Okay, item is 90. Now initialize PTR equal to 1, LOC equals to null. Okay, now check this. Item is 90. So PTR is 1. So PTR will be compared with 70. Okay, which case will be satisfied? Not equal to, 90 is not equal to 70, but it is greater. So when it is greater, my PTR will change to its right side. So what is the new value of PTR? New value of PTR will be 3. So now the comparison will be made with 100. 90 is compared with 100. So 90 is less than 100. Okay, so now what happens? Our PTR value will be changes to the left of PTR. So left of PTR is 6. Okay, 6. Now what is it? PTR is 90. Now this PTR value will be compared with the data which is present at 6, 80. Now 90 is greater than 80. So now we shall move to right of PTR. Now when we move to right of PTR, what is there in the right of PTR? Nothing. In such case, PTR will remain after 6, right of 6 is nothing. So the value of PTR will become null. And in that case, this loop, while PTR not equal null, this condition will be false and it will come out. Okay, and in such case, the LOC never updated. The LOC remains blank. So when the search is successful, the LOC will not change and LOC will remain null. So here I will write in my algorithm some more steps I have to write, that if LOC is equals to null, then I will say print item not found. So when LOC was null, item not found will be printed, else my algorithm will print item found at which location? End the quotation mark, give a comma and print, write LOC. Okay, in that case the value LOC will be printed. Okay, so this is what the complete search algorithm of a binary search tree. And if and finally end, the algorithm will stop here. Okay guys, hope you understood this concept. So in our next video we will discuss some more operations in binary search tree. Till then, goodbye.